You think you know about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills.
You sick? You need medicine. It don't always taste good, but it'll get you better. You need this medicine. It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have a conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space alien. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look. You don't have to listen to me. You're wrong.
Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I can be like you. But you could be me, you know why?
Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
School 202.
Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Yo. GYBB get your balls back. WWDD. What would Dante do? Sexual Revolutions being podcasted. And I am excited. Yes. Let's get it. What's going on, people? What's going on? I apologize. I didn't even let nobody on. I was going on live today, but I just feel so bad about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad about not having the phones working. And, it was, I feel bad about it. That's it. That's all I can say. So I worked all day, working on trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I think I got it right. I think I got it almost. I might have it right. I got something playing in the background that I need to fix. Of course I do, because why else would I, you know me. What are you gonna do? But man, I'm happy to be here. I want to do the phones is working, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see how we go. Let's see. Y'all not playing either. Hold on.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hold on. Who am I speaking with? What's your name?
Peace, my brother Dante Nero. How you doing, brother?
Peace, brother. Can you hold on 1 second? Let me fix something real quick. All right.
Yes.
Up. So what happened?
Can the folks hear me?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me check the chats. Do we hear my brother in the comments? Give me a thumbs up if y'all hear my.
Give y'all a thumbs up. Y'all hear your boy Reese from Philly.
Give me a thumbs up. Somebody holler at me. Tell me that the phones is working, please. I can hear them. My people.
Hey, yo, Dante.
What's going on?
Real quick, before I ask for your advice.
Yeah.
The last video, I'm the guy who put the message underneath the video saying, "Yo, you super talented. and I follow you a lot, but the technical difficulties might be ruining the progression of not only the show but the channel. And I want to see you do so
Well,
well.
let me be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I am not a tech savvy dude. I'm not. I ain't even going front,
Okay.
right? And so
Okay.
what it is with all of this is that, dog, I'm trying my best
bro.
to get it.
For sure.
You know that you know where my love is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
for
I
sure.
want people. I want to help people. You know how I get down, and I think everybody knows that. So I think people they're being patient with me.
Patient, yeah, 100%.
Because I'm a dickhead when it comes to this.
No, you're not a dickhead, bro. You just learning.
I'm learning, and it's getting better. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. I stayed home all day. I was on the phone with tech support. Give me in the comments. Give me love, please, because I spent the whole day on tech support trying to figure out what it is. You know what I mean? So
yes, sir.
So I'm hoping we
got
good.
This, Jonathan. We got this, brother. We got this.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I mean, hours and hours of tech support trying to figure out the settings of this little thing, little that. So it is what it is, man. But I'm here. How can I help you, man? Let's get in it.
My brother, thank you for taking my call. Long time listener, brother.
Dope.
First time caller. I know, just like you know. So I want to say this though, right? So my particular situation is I had a
wait. Say first time caller again.
First time caller, bro. Long time listener.
There you go. I'm getting the air.
Take that. Hey, first time listener, bro. I mean, yeah, bro. If I tell you when the first time I heard about you versus how old I am now, it'll blow your mind. But
Okay.
I can do that to you.
All right, let's go.
We'll address that at a later date.
Let's get it. We got other calls coming in, so let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it. So Dante, look, I'm in a very unique. I wouldn't say it's unique, but I'm definitely in a situation that I think a lot of men, probably a small percentage, are in.
Okay.
So I was dealing with a woman who is a career woman, right? She made really good money.
Mm-hmm.
She does very well for herself, but I dipped her down really good, and she found me attractive. But she also seen that I wasn't a knucklehead, and I was a dude that was on my grind,
right?
And I was a dude that was striving to make money and be great, and, get my health right, get my body right, get my mind right, get my money right. So fast forward 2 years later, this young lady was very patient with me, but I got my shit together.
Right. Okay.
Money right, got my body right. She was there through tough times, and she's average woman she's average.
Okay.
But she has a heart of gold. But now I got my shit together. My money is right. I got a nice car. I'm in a career. Now I'm looking like, now other women are looking at me.
Right.
And now I'm just like, now I got chicks that's on me a little bit more, so that's a little bit better than her. And I'm trying to be faithful to her, but I think I'm just going to end up cheating because of the options.
Okay, there's a few things here where we got to be clear about. Okay, and let's really be clear about this. Some of the stuff that we do, right? Some of the stuff, just in general, when we're talking about, nobody gets nothing for free. Okay,
right.
What I mean by that is, she liked you because you were likable. You understand? Like,
right.
I understand that you may not have been in the place where you could have, you know what I'm saying, where you felt like you was, you had it going on, but she saw the potential. Nobody gets nothing for free, dog. There's always a price. And so what happens is people give you what they think you deserve, right? Now, moreover than not, we get what we don't deserve. We don't get what we deserve across the board. But in a situation where, hey, somebody gives you something, it's because you earned it. You probably earned it more than you You probably did more than you even deserve. I mean, that you probably didn't get what you were supposed to get out of it anyway. You're more likely that you got cut short than you got more than what you were supposed to get. So let me say that.
Gotcha.
Second of all,
Okay.
I understand that you might have feelings with her, but understand this too. When a woman is in a situation where she doesn't think you're worthy, right? How quick after that will she dump you?
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. In my personal opinion.
I would like to say hot potato. Drop like a hot potato. So I would tell dudes that have gotten dropped or whatever, right? This is what the game is, right? The difference is that in a lot of cases, women are not accustomed to women are not accustomed to the rejection. See, in the inception of us as men, when we decide that we find women attractive, we are signing up for rejection, right? That day.
Right.
I remember, here's a crazy thing. There was a girl in second grade, Puerto Rican girl named Suzette Rodriguez. I gave her a note. I said, would you go out with me? Happy face. Check yes, check no. To this day,
the letter on the note type of deal, right?
Yes, and she checked no and put a sad face, right? I was in second grade. I was laying the bricks in second grade. But here's what I'm saying. I'm 58. And I still remember the girls. I
remember the rejection of the girl.
Yeah, I still remember the girl's name.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what I'm saying is we sign up for this. We absolutely sign up for this for the rejection, and women don't have to deal with that. We just don't have to deal with it in general. And because we don't have to deal with it, because they don't have to deal with it, they don't handle it well.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you is this, but here's what I'm saying. Don't let your ego make your decisions for you. If this is a good woman, right?
Right.
And it's a viable relationship, because it's real easy for you to step off and go, I got my body together, my money's right, and then you get bad, and then you get badder joints, but they're not really badder joints. They just look better. You understand something, that the content of people's character is what I'm teaching in the first place. ACE is not about how you look. It's not about your body. It's not about your muscles, not how tall you are. It is the content of your character. It is that you tell the truth. It is that you keep your word. It is that you have empathy for other people. It also, because of that, understand this. When you practice those principles at the level that I'm talking about practicing them, right? Anybody who's in the chat, who's listening online, if you ask yourself who practiced those principles at that level, you would be hard pressed to find even one person that does that. You might have your man that's honest, but he don't keep his word. You might have a dude that's trustworthy, but he's cold-hearted and then doesn't have any empathy. So what I'm saying is, when you practice those three principles, to me, in my idea of like what's going on, is those are the most important principles as a human being, right? And because if you and understand the logic that you have to, if you understand basic supply and demand, right? If anybody understands basic supply and demand, it means scarcity, right? Scarcity creates value. When people have a demand for when there was a demand for something and there was a scarcity of it, it has more value. It grows in value. Okay.
Man.
Bitcoin, when it started out, you could buy Bitcoin. I think when I bought my first Bitcoin, it was $6. One Bitcoin now, I think $50,000. I mean, and don't get me wrong, it's volatile and everything, but it ain't never going back to $6. You feel me?
Right.
Because
Right.
there's a
Right.
scarcity of it, and so now you gotta, if you want to invest in Bitcoin, you gotta invest in a percentage of Bitcoin, right? So what I'm saying is when these characters, the fundamental characters in your life, right, are these things that are so rare that you can't even think of somebody in your life that has those characters. Overall, it makes your value go up just because there's nobody around you. Now, don't get me wrong. I always say you can't let somebody define you, because if you do, it won't be long till you ain't shit. You know, that's
I
just
quote you all the time, by the way, when you say that.
and what that means is if
so
you value yourself on the way that people are think you are, or what people think your value is, right? You're always in a position where bang, the minute they think you're not worth nothing, then you're not worth anything, because you're looking to them. I just did a live that not too long ago where there was this brother, really good brother, came in and broke him down because his mom had been telling him he ain't shit for so long.
I was a part of that live when I saw that. So I know
and you see me like he was. You could
broke him. You broke him. Man, you broke it down.
And then he felt. I could feel that he felt better. I felt that he felt better.
His energy, I didn't cut you off, but if his energy level was a 2 when he got in that call, it was definitely an 8 when he left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to give him permission to not listen to his mom, only simply, and not I'm not saying I'm trying to go against his mom. I'm just saying, but if she is inequipped to give him what he needs emotionally, and she hasn't been equipped to do so, you got to let that go. We're grown ass men. We're trying to create your own life. You're trying to create your own family, and so you got to create that. So here's what I would say to you. I get that you got your weight up, your value is shooting through the roof, and you believe it, right?
Right.
The thing is, just don't. I always say, here's where we go right back to the same old thing again. Never let emotion have a seat at the table. So ego,
I quote you a lot with that as well.
Ego is emotion. So don't start smelling yourself and then make a decision that you're going to be uncomfortable about later. You feel me?
Definitely.
Now,
Yes,
if you find somebody who's better, who's got your back, who's who don't act, is not being stank and bitchy, and and as soon as she gets control or power, then all of a sudden she starts acting funky. If you can find somebody with all those qualities, well, absolutely.
Gotcha, let me. You so right, bro. And before we leave this call, I want to say something that I think is that's special about you in these spaces.
Thank you, bro.
But what I'm going to say, bro, is you're right. I did deal with a lot of abuse amongst my company. Not a lot of respect. You dealt with me because the sex was good. Or you dealt with me
whatever. Right.
Right. So and then when I got right, it was amazing. And I think in her mind, she was like, the investment worked off. But the abuse that I dealt, the minor abuse, was minor, it wasn't major. But the minor abuse that I dealt with, in the midst of my come up, it created a little bit resentment.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, so you know what I mean? So for sure, bro, like you're absolutely right about what you're saying, man. And and I guess I got to get over that, because when you got a good one, you got a good one, right?
Right.
It was just like, she wouldn't treat me like that now.
Right. And she didn't treat you that when you were coming up either. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the difference in, because women are usually they're ruled by their emotion. So this is why you got to stay so consistent. You got to date your girlfriend. You got to date your wife all the time, because if you don't, once the emotion changes, then she's going to be different. So the minute you start, you don't hold your end of the bargain, and you're not making her feel safe and making her, and holding her accountable and everything along with that, then she's going to lose respect for you. And she'll just, here's something that I say, I used to say this all the time. I don't say it enough. a woman will fall in love with you for everything that you are. She will spend the rest of the relationship trying to make you everything that you're not. If she succeeds, she will dump you for the guy who was who you were in the first place. So you have to maintain your consistency. And so, but Doug, I appreciate you calling, man. Thank you so much, man.
And well, Doctor, I know I gotta go. I'm gonna respect your space, bro. But the best thing about you is people give you a small synopsis of their situation, and your ability to understand the nuances and the little intricacies that people don't mention. That's why when people say little, for your audience, you create a narrative and a story that's directly reflective to the little small piece of information that they give. And bro, that's why I listen to you.
I've been there though. That's because I've been there. I've been there.
I know.
I've been there. Bro, so let's go, man. Let's go. I appreciate you. I got the phone ringing off the hook.
Sir, bro. Go ahead, bro.
All right, brother. Later.
Hey, bro. Yes, sir.
Gio.
To accept, press 1.
What's your name? Who am I speaking to? Hello? Okay, I think I lost him. Call back, bro. Phone lines are open. Y'all see the number 929-269-4922. One of the things that I would say about what the brother was just saying was the things that I'm teaching people is mistakes that I made myself. I mean, a lot of things I figured out my own mistakes, and I was able to navigate around it and not make those mistakes. But to be honest, dog, a lot of the stuff that's happened, I've made those mistakes myself. And because I've made those mistakes myself, I have the empathy to understand what it is.
Hello?
What's going on? Who am I speaking to? What's your name, bro?
It's Gio.
Gio, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man? What's up, Dante?
What's going on? How can I help you, bro?
You said what?
How can I help you?
I wanted to ask, how do you keep going how do you keep putting in the work when you get tired or feeling unmotivated to put in the work that you talk about?
Oh, okay, that's a really good question, and this gives you that question will give me the history of how a lot of things happen. So when I talk about laying the 5 bricks, I want to tell you the origins of that, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody. I was consulting with somebody, and they were asking me, how do you stay motivated? How do you this do? I'm not really inspired, and all of this stuff they were saying. Kind of like where you're going with this. And there was an analogy that I said to him. I said, listen, if you go out and let's just say you got a backyard, you go in your backyard and you get cement and bricks and you lay 5 bricks a day, right? At the end of the year, right, you will have a huge wall, right? It's funny, I'll figure out the math. You will have a huge wall, right? And that wall will be, let me see how many bricks that is 5 times 365. That wall will be 1,825 bricks, right? The brick, that wall. Now, it does you mix the cement, you lay the 5 bricks every day. You go out there. If you do it when you're sick, you do it when you're tired, you do it when it's late at night, you do it early in the morning. But if you stick with it and you do it every day, at the end of the day, you're gonna have a huge wall. It's gonna be 1,825 bricks high, right?
Okay, so what if the problem is?
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
What if the problem is closing?
Let me finish. Okay. Does that wall care if you're inspired?
No.
Does that wall care if you were sick?
No.
Does that wall care if you enjoyed laying those bricks?
No.
Does it care if you love laying bricks?
No.
So what I'm saying, the point of the analogy is, if you want to achieve a certain goal, It doesn't matter how you feel. Your motivation doesn't matter. Your whether you like doing it or you don't like doing it, it doesn't matter. What has to be, as a man, you have to have the discipline to go and do what the thing is that you need to do to get where you want to get. That makes sense?
Yeah, for sure. Lately I've been thinking, just like I can get anxious sometimes. So
okay, well, I
recently,
guarantee you, there's no way you can tell me you're getting anxious and you're laying the bricks.
no, I was gonna say, like, recently I was in a situation where I was gonna have sex, but I was just too anxious in the moment.
Okay,
You know?
here's a question. The first time you started laying bricks, were you anxious?
Yeah.
Okay. And after you did a week straight, were you anxious?
Not really.
After 3 weeks, were you anxious?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so what I'm pointing out to you is the repetition in which you do something it removes the anxiety. That's the whole point. That's one of the main tenements of laying the 5 bricks, is because it gets you past the fear. You see, fear exists between when the opportunity is
arises,
presented and how long you take to access it, right? And so the longer you wait to do it, the more the fear, until the fear paralyzes you, right? But laying the 5 bricks is only the first phase. There's many phases after that, and that all depends on in a nuance situation of whether or not if you're consulting with me, then I take you through phase, and there's ways that I get you past the fear, just the same way I got you past the fear of laying the 5 bricks. I get you past the fear of everything else. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So the anxiety that you're feeling when you get ready to have sex is because you haven't had a lot of sex.
Yeah.
And how do you get past that?
By having sex.
Having sex. You got to practice.
All the answers, they're so simple.
I know it is.
Easy.
I know it is. I know. And y'all never believe me. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I know you. And I used to get offended because guys would consult with me and then give me a hard time and then not believe me. But I've learned to change because I realized it's so counted. Like that. I'm going to tell you what joy your voice just gave me. When you said, it's so simple, it's almost like I could feel the revelation in your, like, oh, I'm such a dummy. Like, it was right there in front of me. And this is what I keep telling you, Doug. Don't get me wrong. If you have a coach, anytime you have a personal coach and they're right by you, making sure that if you run track, they're making sure your stride is right. Yo, you dropping the left hand. We need your hands up here, not down here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do when I'm coaching. But at the core, you have the tools. You have the tools.
I've always appreciated our conversations, Dante.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Makes me happy about my own life. You know what I mean? I want you to know that.
Wisdom.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Makes sense. Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right, brother. Go smash somebody. Later.
All right, bet.
Phone lines are open, 929-269-4922. The next thing I'm gonna do is learn how to do this phone thing and put people on hold without losing them. So that's the next thing, the technical aspect of phone lines are open. Call in 929-269-4922. Don't forget the Patreon. Don't forget to sign up for the Patreon. Patreon is www.patreon.com/mathschool202. I go in and I give content. And I got an announcement. Also, don't forget my Cash App, man. Hit me up with the Cash App. Give me a few dollars for helping y'all out. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's up? What's your name? Who am I calling? Who am I talking to?
What's going on, man? This is Jack from New York.
What up, Jack? Jack or Jeff?
Jack.
All right, what up, Jack? How can I help you, brother?
Yeah, so I'm going through. I'm new in my 30s. Just got a relationship. She stopped showing me respect and empathy, so I call it quits.
Okay, well, that's a good boy.
Then she started. I'm Jewish. She starts posting anti-Semitic shit. Obviously.
Wait, stop. So you're Jewish, and she started posting anti-Semitic shit.
After I broke up with her.
Dog, okay, wait a minute.
Crazy.
Oh, stop. We can't go. We can't just go. You can't just tiptoe through the tulips like that. This is a girl you're dating, and then she becomes an anti-Semite because you break up with her, and now she's anti-Semitic. Oh my God. Oh my stars,
funny,
ladies.
She was telling me how pro-Israel she is, and how she has like some Jews in her family, and blah blah blah. And like after I break up with her, she's like, "Yeah, but anyways, like Jews are Nazis." I'm like, "All right." Honestly, I took that as a compliment.
You should, because that means the D was good.
Yeah.
Anytime listen, I've never smashed somebody where they call me a Nazi afterwards. So you one up on me. But go ahead. How can I help you, brother?
Also, I want to say I'm a first-time caller, but I've been a fan of yours for 2 years. So I just want to give you the respect you deserve.
Thank you. Hold on. Say that again. You're a first-time caller?
I'm a first-time caller, but I've been a fan of yours.
My man.
No, man, you're doing a great thing. Now, I told her my problems were. She unfollowed me on social media, but she still looks at my Instagram stories.
Okay.
I'm guessing that means she wants me to reach out to her, but I don't want to.
That's not the thing. What is your problem?
I mean, I do miss her.
Okay.
I also since I live in New York, I don't drink anymore, so it's hard to meet women. And
no, it's not. We can fix that. What do you do for a living?
Right now I'm in school, but I'm also running a food truck.
Okay. Oh wow, what kind of food truck?
It's gonna be weed infused food.
Nice. What's the name of it? Plug it.
Yerkers, YRKRS.
And where's it gonna be at?
It's gonna be in the Hamptons.
Go check
for the summer.
Go check my man out. Yerkers weed infused truck. So you got a plug from me. But here's my thing. So you said you miss her, right? So I'm gonna give you something. It's real. This call is easy. Getting over your girl is 5 pussies away.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, this isn't the first break. It's more just like I've stopped drinking. I've been drinking over a year.
Okay.
I'll sit down with my friend and I think about like approaching a girl and I just hear her talking. I'm just like, no thanks. Like, this just is like.
What do you mean? You'll hear the girl talking and then you'll be no thanks?
Yeah, just like I'm thinking about approaching. I hear them talking, and it's just a whole lot of nothing. And it's just like I don't feel like putting effort into this.
Okay,
and it's just been hard to.
So, this is not that you're not afraid. You just you haven't just found anybody that you want to, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now, all right. So this is the secret that I don't tell everybody that follows my content. There will be a time as you evolve as a man, right? And you get now everybody's listening to this. I'm glad y'all don't believe me because this is interesting. There will come a time where you will be lonely. Not because you don't have the ability to have women, not because you don't have the ability to make friends, but as you evolve and you pursue being the best version of yourself, there'll just be things that you can't deal with anymore.
Yeah.
It just is it's a situation where you just don't want to. I tell this story all the time. I remember I picked this little cutie up from the comedy club years ago, and she said, "Oh, where do you live? I want to go to your house." And I was like, "All right, let's go." And we're leaving, and I said, "Where you live?" And she says, I tell her Brooklyn, and she goes, "Do you know Jay-Z?" Right? And I go, "I got to drop you at the hotel." There's just no. What am I gonna do? What am I really? So okay, so I smash, and then say I smash, and I put it on. I put the smack down, and then she likes me, and then I got to listen to her yap about nonsense for the next. I'm also in a place where I just would rather not. So here's the problem. You pursue my content, you become you become who you are, and you become who you are, and you evolve. And what happens is a lot of the dumb people who are not laying 5 bricks and are not putting their best foot forward and are not being the best version of themselves, you just can't be around them.
I've done what you've done, but there's like friends who think I'm still friends with them. I don't talk to them. Don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, and I don't even let them know I'm not your friend. I'm just unavailable.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, dude, have a good night.
Yeah, and I mean, but that is the part of it. But the question is, would you rather be swimming amongst the eels, or would you rather be on the shore watching the sunset? It's up to you. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just the part of it that you have to. That's just part of it that you have to learn. You know, you just have to learn that this is the part of it. I've even had women who I've helped out, right? Who they cut their friends off. Like, I don't want to talk to these bitches no more.
Yeah.
You know, you start reading books. I just cut a friend off because he said to me, I asked him, does he believe in evolution? And he told me no. And I was like, we can't. In my mind, I was like, we can't be friends no more. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It just, so it's just part of the thing. But I think what it does do, it gives space for meaningful and awesome relationships with people who can connect with you and move your life on and make and give value to your life as opposed to people that drag on your life. So sorry.
No, that's I'm okay with watching the sunset. It's just like I was just in a relationship where it was meaningful and we had good conversations, and all of a sudden it was just like I don't know if it's because she got birth control, her hormones went fucking crazy, but she's turned into a dick, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. And if you cut it off and you don't contact her, she will contact you again. After she call you and she's an anti-Semite, she'll say, no, I'm not anymore. Maybe she'll go get circumcised and call you back. It just because here's what happens: women will measure you, like when you maintain your integrity, right? Women will measure you to every guy that they meet, and if they're talking to a guy who doesn't tell the truth and doesn't keep his word and doesn't have the empathy and is not willing to communicate and whatever, and just not get mad and communicate because it's a difference of then they come back.
Yeah,
I'm 58, so I mean, like, I've been smashing since I was like 11, right? So what is that? I don't know what that is. 47 years, and I was putting up numbers. So now a lot of times I get old bitches to come back and they swing on back, you know, and they'll call me. Oh, I just saw your number. I saw you on live, and I saw you in the movie, and you know, my daughter just graduated from college. I'm so excited. I'm like, yo, got some butt? Because that's what this is about, right? This is about your old ass wanting to get the dust knocked off of it. And then they'll be like, oh, you're so crazy. You're not changing it. And I'm like, yeah, but still, can I have some butt? So it really becomes that. So I mean, I'm sorry, but that's the downside of it, bro. You know?
No, I don't see it as a downside, honestly. Honestly, I feel more sane about it after what you just said.
Yeah.
No, I know you're an atheist. I'm not. I just want to say God bless you.
Yeah.
So whatever that means for you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Gabo called in. Anamsa Vantil, another dude, Anthony Drosso, Xavier's in the talk, D's in the talk. Man, I appreciate you, man. This was impromptu. David Bergman, let me put up his thing. He says, you're the man. What did he say? You're the man that my CEO loves you. Tell her to give me some money. She only knows, what did you say? He doesn't know me but by my proxy. Oh, is that because you're talking about? Thanks, David. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Phone lines are open, y'all. Let me put up the number. I'm just so happy that the that the what you call it is working, man. I'm so pleased that the number's working. 929-269-4922. Call me up. Y'all know what it is. I'm here answering in free form. I think I wanted to do an hour because I felt like we had that guy. It was a guy called yesterday and he had 3 baby mamas and and he was like, yo, how can I get my girl back? And it was literally what he was talking about was like he's trying to build a house on the swamp. You have to have a fundamental fundamental strong foundation to build a home on. And if you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do, man, it ain't going to turn out good. Your house is going to sink into the swamp, and we don't want that.
My name is Arno.
To accept.
Arno, what's up? Where you calling from, Arno?
Hi, I can't hear you clearly.
You calling from where?
Oh, calling from Philly.
From Philly. What's going on, Arno? How are you, man? How can I help you?
I can't complain. Man, I've been listening and I was actually chatting in the chat with some other guy there just to make sure that I was clarifying what you were saying. Is that you always got to be you, and her job is to try and change you.
Oh, yeah.
And you stay firm on that.
Yeah.
I think so. What I was.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Answer me the question.
No, I think my intention really was trying to find out. I know you know me already. I've had some couple of consultations with you.
What's going on?
Absolutely. I'm the divorcee Romanian and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to figure out. Now I've come to a place where I've realized that the entertainment of a relationship is something that I might fall into. And that's not something I want to kind of look at right now. At the end of the day, I still just want to, feed my appetite, as large as it may be. But I was trying to figure out what is your saying or go about when it comes to the ACE and when it comes to authenticity, credibility, empathy of, I guess, having multiple women
okay, I got you. You just got to be honest. You just got to be honest about it. You heard what you just said to me. You go, this is, I'm just not at this place right now. I'm just enjoying myself and meeting people. And they'll ask you, well, you don't want a relationship? And the point is, here's the answer to that. When somebody says you don't want a relationship, the answer is, I don't ever want a relationship. What I want is, for the sake of a relationship, I want a relationship with the right person, with the right temperament at the right time. And I'm always open for that, because let me explain something to you. Let's say a woman came up to you and said, oh, I know I really like you a lot, right? And you go, listen, I'm not going to be monogamous. I'm dating, I'm meeting people. I just went through a funky situation and I'm just not ready to settle down just yet. And she said, oh, I don't mind if you sleep with other people. I don't mind what you do. Whatever you want to do is fine, as long as I just would like to be in a situation that you make time for me, and I will do everything I can to make time for you and to make you happy and whatever you need. And I don't care where you're at. You don't have to tell me where you're at, where you're going, whatever. I'm not gonna get mad. And she said that, then that's a relationship you could probably have, right?
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying, the question is not whether or not you want a relationship. The question is, what kind of relationship do you want? But when somebody talks about something, when they're putting it to you, what they're saying is, do you want to just deal with me? And the honest answer is no, I don't. I'm not ready for that. And all you have to do is be honest about it. Be honest. When you say, even if she does deal with you and she dates you, you say you're going to do something, you do it. You tell the truth, and you have the empathy to know you just don't want to recklessly abandonedly hurt somebody's feeling. It just doesn't make you a good person.
It doesn't at all.
So
now, to speak on that, sorry for cutting you off, but then what would you say for the saying that you said? Why do you think it is then she keeps trying to make you something that you aren't? Is that just a genetic built-in up?
Yeah, it's a genetic precursor that was to test you to see if you're strong enough to be a viable mate choice. Like we used to, you know, in the past, men used to fight. We used to fight, and you'd be the strongest, and we don't do that no more. So, in my opinion, and I'm not a scientist, but in my opinion, women have created the shit test to make sure you are who really you are, and they're looking for you to pass the test. So that's what makes sense to me. Okay.
No, absolutely, I understand.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling, man. I'll speak to you soon.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Caller number's 929-269-4922. This is something crazy. I was doing some reading on genetics and natural selection. So one of the reasons why honesty and credibility is so important to women and is because those things make a woman feel safe. Now, if you think about this genetically, or evolutionarily, right? And there's a scientific basis to this. So put your thinking caps on. What up, Eric? So here's the thing. Human beings are one of the few people that have the longest period of time between when a child is born and a child can take care of themselves personally, can physically take care of themselves. In fact, in a lot of cases, some people never learn how to take care of themselves. And the reason why that is because human beings as a species have the biggest brain, right? Now, especially if I heard somebody in the chat was talking about my big ass head, which is interesting because you don't even know what you're talking about. I don't wear bigger than a size 7. It's just my neck is big, so mind your business. And try to choke me, punk. See how that works out. I'm playing. But the point is that human beings are the smartest mammals. And because we're the smartest, we have the biggest brains. And we have the biggest brains, we have the biggest heads. That's why when a child is born, the top of their head is soft, because they're soft, their head needs to fit out of the uterus. If human beings' brains were sealed and were human size from the beginning, right? I don't know where that call is coming from. Hold on. I don't see it coming up. That's weird. I don't know why that's not showing up. It's weird. I don't see it. I hope all right, you know what? Let me shut this down and bring the voice calls up again one more time. So that didn't register. What I was saying was that the head, if the human head was as big as it was completely, with the brain fully developed, it would kill a woman. Your head would be too big. It wouldn't be able to come out of her. She wouldn't be able to give natural birth. A lot like bulldogs. Here's an interesting, I don't know if y'all know about bulldogs, but English bulldogs, when you have bulldogs, the reason why bulldogs are so expensive is because the bulldogs can only be born with C-sections, because bulldogs' uterus are not big enough to fit their big head out of the womb. So whenever you have bulldogs, you have to have a medical C-section in order to get the baby out. Human beings have adapted through Darwinism so that their head is soft in the middle, it's small. So if you ever have a baby, when you pull the baby out, the baby's head gives in, and it gives so that it can fit out of the uterus. And that's the biggest part of the body, is the head, right? But it's because of that, in order for human beings to be self-sufficient, those human beings have to evolve, and they have to grow, and they have to learn, and their brain has to develop. So it's almost 20 plus years. when the brain is fully developed. I believe scientists say it's 26 years. Also, when a woman is pregnant, she's at her most vulnerable state. So genetically, evolutionarily wise, they're looking for a man who's strong enough to keep her safe when she's pregnant. I know that's a long way to go for that, but that's just science. And so when a woman is pregnant is the time when she's most vulnerable physically to predators. Now, when we talk about it now in society, I mean, women, there's feminism, and we live in a society where, people are not hunting and gathering and killing their own food. But you got to understand evolution. Once evolution puts something in instinctually, it's never removed from the human beings unless evolutionarily it becomes counterproductive for the species to have that. So this is something. So women have an instinct to find attraction from strong men who they feel as though can keep them safe at the time when they are most vulnerable. When is that time that's most vulnerable? Is when they're pregnant. Not only that, but this is also talks about the pair bonding between the maternal love that mothers and children have, because the mother has to have an affinity towards the child, because the child, you have to be there for the child so that the child doesn't die. And where is all of this rooted? This is all rooted in the fact of survival of the species. I'm not a religious person, but I will say immortality comes when you move your DNA from your body to the next generation. So if we don't do that, then the species doesn't survive. If you don't do that, then your DNA doesn't survive. And so we have as a species, we want to survive. And as an individual, as an individual ourselves, we want to survive. We want our line to survive, our DNA to survive. That is the real immortality to me, is the fact that we live on, and your grandfathers, is that you are part of their DNA. That is the immortality. Phone lines are up, 929-269-4922. Let me just call real quick and make sure the phones are rocking. Hope we're good. Hold on. Let me see how it is. So yeah, so there's an actual scientific kind of reasoning behind why. Okay, it is working. Great. There is a scientific reasoning why women find strong men attractive. The number's up, 929-269-4922. So when we're talking about this in a way that is really, there's a physical reference to this stuff. There's a physical and a instinctual reference. I used to talk about this a lot of times. A lot of times why relationships don't work is because women have these instinctual needs. And I've said this 100 times. A woman doesn't know what she wants. Her gooch does. The gooch knows, because she can have a list of, I want a high value man that makes $100,000. I want him to have a car. But when she meets the guy that taps into the instinct of her, that chemistry that women talk about, their chemistry, and it fits like that, that is an instinctual level. It's a feeling. Attraction is a feeling. It's not a list. It's not a cognitive understanding. What we have to do, though, is things like marriage and monogamy and celibacy and all those things. Those are all social constructs that we create, that human beings have created through time. I'll give you a little history lesson. Prior to, we know that at one time, human beings were hunters and gatherers, and they hunted and they moved, followed their food sources, right? Paternity didn't matter, right? Until we put up fences and we started farming. Think about it. You put up fences. This is my land. These are my crops. These are my animals, my farm animals. These are my resources. Now, possession happens. Possession, I need to know what's mine, because my resources have to go to my offspring. Why do I need to go to my offspring? Is because I want my children to survive. I want my DNA to be passed to the next generation. So I need to know if the children that this woman have born is mine. I need to know they're mine because I want my resources to go to my children. But prior to that, when human beings lived in jungles and caves, if somebody hunted and somebody ate, if somebody hunted and killed something, everybody ate. You even have situations, even in Borneo and some tribes in the Amazon to this day, children breastfeed off of different mothers because they're nomadic people. But there wasn't, possession didn't exist. Y'all want to read something on this? There's a book called Sex at Dawn. Years ago, I interviewed the doctor who wrote it, and he talked about a lot of the sexual proclivities of men and women based on the evolutionary process. Now, I'm not saying that is the only thing that's relevant because, pretty much human beings are omnivores. We eat everything. We eat meat, we eat vegetables, we eat fruits, whatever. But be clear that people make a choice to be vegetarians. And when they make a choice to be vegetarians, that is a choice that they make. It is not that we can't digest animal products or vegetables or anything. We're not herbivores, or we're carnivores, and we eat everything. But if we can make a conscious decision to say, I want to be a vegetarian. I don't want to kill and eat animals. I believe animals have souls, and whatever your reason is, maybe it's you just want to clean a body, whatever it is. But I'm saying we make that choice on a conscious level, not because this is how we are. There are animals who are specifically herbivores, that they only eat plants and their body can't digest anything but plants. I mean, if you talk about cows have, I think, 7 stomachs, either 5 or 7 stomachs, so that they can process cellulose like hay and grass and stuff like that. So even when we talk about this, you want to know the game. I understand everybody wants to know game, but there's a scientific background where this stuff comes from. There's an instinct happens. It doesn't happen in a lab. It's about what happens. It's just like morality and ethics. Those things don't happen in a society. They happen in real time, and people change the way they think and the way they don't change. And anybody, even when it comes to the LGBT stuff, and people are freaking out about the LGBT stuff, there's always been a gender and sexuality. There's always been a spectrum. How do we know that? Because there's a difference between The Rock and Richard Simmons that just passed away. If you think about Richard Simmons and The Rock, I mean, those are at opposite ends of the spectrum. Anybody could see that. Just something to think about, bro. Just so much more to it. The phone lines are open, 929-269-4922. Y'all getting tired on me already? Because if y'all are, I will shut it down. I could go to sleep. I'm going to do my push-ups and my sit-ups and do my physical therapy, and I will knock out. 929-269-4922. Don't forget my Cash App, guys. If you appreciate me, show me, dog. Show me what it is. Cash App is $ Dante Nero. Let me see. Let's see. Check out the Patreon and Man School 202. Bonus technique and content. We're actually doing we're also putting up all the old Beige Phillip episodes on Patreon. So if you can't get those, we got them up. We'll have them up on the Patreon. It's not a lot of money, but it helps me to keep up with the technology and keep up the equipment the way I want to. Yes, sir. So phone lines are open, 929-269-4922. Oh yeah, I was also talking about, here we go.
Joe.
Joe, where you calling from?
Louisiana.
Louisiana, what's going on, Joe? How can I help you, brother?
I wanted to talk to you about tailoring, man.
Joe, what's up?
So,
This is my man. I know your voice. What's going on?
yeah, what's good, Dante? How you doing?
What's going on? How can I help you, bro?
Well, so I recently, I just put on a bunch of weight and I'm trying to lose it the right way. I've been doing a whole bunch of like crash diets and shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, but I want to lose the weight the right way, so I can keep it off. But it's going to take me a minute to keep this weight off.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for some ways to like help my clothes fit better, while I still have this stomach, while I still got this double chin, all that. So I wanted to get some advice on like tailoring jeans,
okay,
t-shirts, things like that.
So first of all, this is something that I haven't talked about this in a while. I mean, it's funny because I took Harry to his first tailor, and now Harry will not wear a pair of jeans unless they're tailored. But I mean, if you go to first of all, you just got to go to you got to. I mean, I would imagine that you already understand your style. Yes.
Right.
Okay. I mean, just go to a tailor, man, and tell him what you want, and tell him what you want, that your clothes don't fit, and they can take it in, man. I know a guy, a friend of mine, actor who was maybe like 350, and he lost 100 pounds. And he actually took his suits to a tailor. You got to go to a good tailor because he took the suits in 100-pound difference, and they tailor the suits down. You get a good tailor, they can make anything fit. Here's again, this is the problem. This is what I'm saying, the dark side of Man School 202. Once you get tailored, Joe, you'll never not be tailored. You can't go back. You know what I mean?
Right. Is it because everything fits so well?
Yeah, everything fits well. It feels better. You move better. You look better. You just can't. You can't. And then you get an idea of, you also, while you're doing it, if you like a taper, or if you like it. I mean, I know dudes who even do like a zipper. They'll open up not like the rock star dudes who have it tapered and then it'll go out into a flare and they'll put a zipper in the bottom. You do whatever you want. And I think when you take time to kind of figure out what your style is and do what you're comfortable, I think women appreciate it. They see the difference. They see the subtle details, So, I mean, but get a good tailor, man. Go get a good tailor. If he starts telling you can't do it, then go find somebody else. Because they can do anything, They can take in the crotch. They can lower the waist. They can, whatever you want, they can do it. I mean, I got to
do that with t-shirts?
Say again?
Can you do that with t-shirts? It doesn't have to be like a button.
I cuff my t-shirts. If you look at my cuffs, I do a 2 cuff on every t-shirt, and I taper the t-shirt so it doesn't balloon out like I'm an idiot. It's funny because I look on Instagram now and everybody's selling these t-shirts that are tapered and more fitted. I've been doing that for I used to do my t-shirts I don't have a t-shirt that I haven't tailored. So it's interesting you say that.
Yeah, because that's my main. I mostly wear like t-shirts and jeans. Yeah, t-shirts, jeans, sneakers. Yeah. Every now and then I'll throw on a button up. If I'm going to like a special occasion or if I'm going to a more upper scale place. But mostly t-shirts, jeans, and shorts. I
got a pair of jeans right now that I have put patches in. I've had, and just because it's intentful. I mean, they're ripped up, but they're patched and they're sewn, and you put them on with a nice pair of gaiters, and man, I'll be killing it, man. I just think what is interesting even about style is when the style is intentful, when it's on purpose.
That's my biggest thing. Is like you said, you don't want your shirt billowing out in the front. Yeah. That's my biggest thing. It's like I'm like skinny fat.
Yeah.
So it's like I look kind of regular everywhere else, but my gut pokes out, and I hate it, man.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can do it whatever, any way you want to fit it. They can do it. Okay.
I hear you,
Joe. Good to hear from you. How's the family?
We're good, man. I had a conversation with him. Like we're on a good place right now.
All right, good. Call me soon, all right? If you need me, I'm around, bro.
All right, thanks, Dante.
Later.
Have a good one.
I was one of my longtime consultees. Good dude, armed service. Good dude. Don't forget the Patreon. Don't forget the phone lines is open. Let me put the numbers up. God damn, well, the number's kind of always up. So there's that. Come on, man, open up. All right. Let's see. Don't forget my Cash App. Let's see. There we go. Come on, open up. Where's the number? Well, the number's on the bottom, so y'all know that, right? Let's see. Number is 929-269-4922. Phone lines are open. I appreciate y'all. I mean, I get all my boys calling in and whatnot. It's kind of dope. I'm loving it. There's a number. Call in 929-269-4922. The phone lines is open. Stop playing. Y'all keep it up. I'm gonna shut it down. Here's something else. I mean, I was also, because I'm working on, newsflash. Let me just give a teaser. I'm getting ready to do an online course that I'm working on right now.
Call from
Ian.
to accept, press 1. To send a
Ian, what's up? Where you calling from, Ian?
Yo, I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
What up, Ian? How can I help you, brother?
You probably don't remember me, Dante. I had to be your very first consultation.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, January 2012, man. I hit you up on Twitter. Well, it's X now. And I gave you my number. I kept giving you my number. Kept sending you my number. Whatever you posted, I always put my number.
Right.
And I was like, what's up, man? I gotta send it to you directly. You said, yeah. So I sent it to you directly, and you called me.
Right.
We talked for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never forget that. I tell people about that all the time because I was just coming out of my divorce.
Right.
Okay. And you picked my marriage apart. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's kind of what I do. There's been so many that okay, but was I right?
Yeah, no, you was down.
Okay.
But more than that, you picked me apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you did that, that kind of like made me think a lot. You know what I mean? So I, stayed single for a while,
Yeah.
did whatever. But, I did remarry, you know what I mean? I got 2 kids and I'm a different man.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean? And that's what makes this marriage so much better because I'm able to be myself more without living in fear of whatever,
whatever she might do.
Outcome would be. Yes. The same thing. Man, listen, I've been listening to you since
since Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. Okay, they say I'm high. So I smoke. I'm high. This Black Phillip, man, like that. Like I've been around since then. Like I got all episodes still downloaded. I still listen to them Jones. Like,
man, I appreciate it, bro. Like, I appreciate it.
I tell people all the time it's real, but I also tell people the message not ready, man.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that these dudes are doing now, you've been doing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it bothers me, but it don't bother me because you know why? Because you can't let that emotion have a seat at the table. You just all you do is it's like I'm live now. I mean, I don't know if you've been following the lives since I started doing them, but the crazy thing is, like we did a live on Sunday, man, and I apologize to my peoples, man. I couldn't get the back. I couldn't get the technical stuff for this right. And we couldn't, like, I had phone calls and I had a really, really good phone call from a dude who just, went through abusive situation, had a daddy who was like, had 5 baby mamas, 5 different kids. I don't even know if it was 5 different kids, but then went to penitentiary for 20. And, it was just, man. And thank you, Issa. I appreciate it. They can't bootleg me, mama. They can't, because this is too real. So Issa Lena said, she said, watch out for them bootlegging your online course. I'm working on it. They can't bootleg me because honestly, the course the course that I'm trying to put together is going to be a basic fundamental information, basic information so that you can, when you do give me a call and we move from the course to to a phone call, then what I'm saying, there's basic information that you have. Shout out to Sebastian. Sebastian is one of the guys that I counsel is helping me put this thing together. He thank you, brother. So whoa there, Kev said said you can't bootleg greatness. You're right.
I can't
But this cat is helping one of the dudes who's like, all the way in Austria, and he's working on this we're working on this online course, so look for that soon. Also, the merch is almost up, so I know y'all gonna get a t-shirt or hoodie or something with the logo on the back. Please support me as much as you can, man. And the more y'all do that, the more I can keep this, we can reach more people. But man, thank you. Do you have a question, bro, or no?
Nah, man, I'm just, man, look.
You good,
look,
right?
Just straight, look, I'm telling you, I stay grounded, man. Listen, y'all listen, y'all been listening, when y'all hear the old stuff and need it, when you start tripping,
yeah,
start getting soft. You know what I mean? Like, all the men listening, listen, this, I've been listening to this man for years, man, years. And I'm never going to stop listening to him. Seriously.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
you, man. What you doing, man?
Yeah, man.
What you doing, please.
How you got boys and girls, or boy and a girl, or what?
One boy, one girl.
Well, you got to stay righteous, because your boy needs to see what a man looks like, and you got to keep your wife righteous, because she needs to see what a good woman looks like. I appreciate you calling, man. Call back. Keep listening, all right?
No doubt. Peace.
All right, peace. Yeah. Phone lines is open. Let me get them up again. Let's get it up. Don't forget, one-on-one consultations. Just go to DanteNero.com, click on consult, and you can talk to me directly about your particular situation. Here's my my Cash App. If you think I've helped you and you support the show, Cash App me at Dante Nero. Money $ Dante Nero. The other way you can help me out is to help this channel out, help this information to keep coming. Sign up for the Patreon at Man School 202. We do an additional, so don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Please, it's just the click and the bell, so you know when I'm going live, in case I go live on, impromptu, which I think I'm going to start doing that. I might even go live on Thursday as well. Yeah, man. We doing what it do. You know what I'm saying? We doing what it do. That's all that matters. Caller line is open. The line is wide open, y'all. 92926949222. Yeah, but I was talking about the guy that called in, and the phone lines weren't working, and I really am so disappointed. Is why I spent my whole day trying to figure out the technical difficulties of this, because it was the brother had 3 kids. He had 3 baby mamas. His daddy had 5, and so you just see right away. You see that this stuff is repetitive. That I become my father, and my daughters become my mother, and we don't want that. We want to be better. We want to be better.
Lavi.
To accept.
Lavi, where you calling from, Lavi?
Seattle, big brother.
What's going on, brother? How can I help you?
It's a good problem to have, but it's one that you caused.
I'm sorry. Okay, what did I do?
You made my life better, and I have a lot of women to deal with. I want to know what's a good way to manage this.
Okay, now here's okay. This is you know what? I really should just kick you off and tell you to call me up on a consultation and give me some money. But I'll tell you, how many women are we talking about?
It's changing. It's like right now it's at 3. It was at 4 at one point, which is crazy. And I was talking to 2, but it was kind of ridiculous.
Okay, here's the thing, Lobby.
Like sleeping with not just talking, actually sex. Not just like Facebook.
So you got 4 on the roster on the rotation. Now, how long ago did we talk? Because I remember your voice. I know we did some consultations. Yes.
No, I've called live. I just got on your Patreon. I've been watching some of the
Okay. Oh, so you did it though. All right. Well, okay. Go ahead. Here's what I say. I guarantee you that all of them you don't like. Am I wrong?
That you said I don't like all of them.
I guarantee that you don't like them all.
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Well, I don't like them enough to like for sure like pursue it. Like, you know what I mean? Any
Right,
further.
but I'm saying that this is so this is a funny thing because this happened to Harry. So everybody knows Harry's on the regular show with me. We put up the content, put up the videos and stuff where we deal with the pop culture and how relationships respond to pop culture and what our take is on that. And when I started training Harry, Harry was in a really funky place, and then all of a sudden, at one time, I think Harry had 6 or 7. I would have to ask him again, but he had 6 or 7 on the roster. And he calls me up, and he's on his way to Pennsylvania to go see some chick that he was smashing, and he's falling asleep on the way out there. But he was practicing his credibility, because the thing was that he created this roster, right? And now that means I know it sounds so counterintuitive that you would actually have to have sex even when you don't want to. But if you listen to what I'm saying and you follow my advice, you will. That will happen.
It happened to me, actually.
So what happens is he was tired and he's like, man, I'm falling asleep. I got to pull over for 15 minutes to get a nap. And then he's got to go up there and perform, right? I know everybody out there is going, oh, poor Harry. What do we do? Harry, if we could only help you out. Here's the reality of this, though. I said this to him, and I'm going to say this to you. You don't have to keep 4 girls on the roster. I understand that you're in a position right now where this is different from what it was in your life before, right? But you don't have to do it. Spend the time with the ones you want to spend the time with. I know there's ones that I went through that in my 20s, where every girl that wanted to sleep with me, I felt I was obliged to do so. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not obliged. I could just not. I could just say I don't want to do this no more. And I guaranteed, look, don't get me wrong, ride it out until you get tired. But understand that this is the great thing about the content that I'm putting out. You get to decide what your life looks like.
Yeah.
You could live in the woods and go see somebody once a month. You could live in the city and have 7 on the roster. You could live with 2 girls and y'all be polyamorous and loving each other. And you could be a soft swinger. You could be a hard swinger. Whatever you want. I'm not judging. Because morality is based on culture. So I don't pass judgment on that at all, on none of it. And so you decide what your happiness looks like. I just want to be the vehicle to help you get you there, to get you to the destination. So at any given time that this becomes too hard for you, Lavi, just stop. Keep the ones you care about. At any given time, any one of these chicks would probably have a relationship with you, if that makes sense. Okay?
Yeah, 100%. Well, how do I know this maybe sounds like a goofy question, but it's like, okay, some of them I really enjoy hanging out with, but I don't see myself having a real relationship with. But at the same time, I feel like it's, especially with the empathy thing, it's like, if you're giving me your time as a woman, I feel like I'm obligated at least and have you have a great time. Like that, it's like practice for when I find the right one. But if I do that, then they're gonna want to. It's just gonna escalate things because of being a dope person.
Okay.
And then that seems kind of like unfair, right? Or am I bugging? I don't know.
I would ask you this: if you fell off tomorrow, how many of them would put up with you?
Like completely fell off, like didn't do no ace, all the ace stuff. You just probably none of them. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, no, none of them. Zero.
Right. So what I'm saying, it's, you don't have to be nasty, you don't have to be mean, but you also don't you can choose what your life looks like at any given time. That any one of them don't want to be bothered with you, you know, understand you're done. You got me?
Yeah, I guess so. So but I mean, imagine when you take, you're living your best life, right? You take women out and like you always say, you offer someone everybody can get something out of you, not in a transactional way, but in like a way that could better everyone's life.
Sure. I mean, and I'm quite sure you've helped them in some ways. I'm quite sure that you gave them value. If you didn't give them value, they wouldn't stick it around.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, brother.
By the way,
yeah.
The coolest thing from Ace, one of the coolest things was like, I was so like honest with a girl about my situation that she ended up evaluating her own life authentically, and that was really cool. Like,
well,
that's
really what happens when you make you. What happens is you become an example for other people. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
Let me go.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Easy live.
Easy.
Let me go to the chat real quick. Dante's kicking fat. Fresh and Fist is here for the Griff. What happened to Harry? Harry and I, we're on the show. If y'all like on the YouTube, if you check the YouTube, me and Harry do a show every week, a show, and then we do a second show for the Patreon. So don't forget to sign up for the Patreon. JL says Grift. I don't know, 100% Trekkie, a Trump supporter. I don't know what that means. And somebody asked me, would Patrice be a Trump supporter? Trump's a liar. He has no empathy. He doesn't tell the truth. He has no credibility. What do you think? Answers for itself. You know, I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but just on face value, the guy lies all the time. So he just doesn't practice ACE on any level. So, you know, I mean, that's what I got to say about that. The steak sandwich says, I feel like calling dude was me. Steak sandwich, you knocking him down like that? I still struggle with indecisiveness in the face of success, or at least what I thought was success. I'm not sure about that, steak sandwich. You gotta hit me back. That's it is what it is. I'm not sure what that means. You'd have to call in and explain that. Calling number is 929-269-4922. I think we went in an hour and 23. I'm gonna shut it down. We give it a few more minutes, and I'm gonna give y'all I guess 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna shut this down, and maybe I'll see him. I'm look for a post. I might go live on Thursday. If I'm not doing that, if I'm not out in these comedy streets, it is what it is. But yeah, I kept going back to the guy with the thing. The guy had, you know, his father was a guy who had multiple baby mothers, and he ended up doing the same thing. And then this, and where is the empathy for the children that you're not going to be available to? And I really, which is why I put all the time and the effort into, you know, getting the phone calls right, because I think it was a really important call that people needed to hear. And I wasn't judging him, because I think that we respond from, you know, we have I think we have I think that we have to give grace to people because of their trauma. Their trauma kind of dictates their their actions. And if somebody doesn't call you on it, it doesn't you're gonna keep making these mistakes. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so JL keeps in the chat, so I'm gonna just address this real quick. He said, I guess TDS is Trump deranged syndrome. There's no such thing. Anybody who knows Trump, if you're from New York, you know Trump's a liar. You know that he went bankrupt 7 times. You know that he raped E. Jean Carroll. Graped, I guess I shouldn't say rape, but he civilly was charged with rape. He has multiple baby mothers. When people say you have Trump deranged syndrome, would Obama been accepted if he had 3 different baby mamas? If you can't be honest about what you see right in front of your face, then you're in a situation where you're not being authentic, you're not being credible, you're not being empathetic. What I think about him in terms of what he said and the dumb shit he said or whatever is what I say. But the bottom line is the dude's a liar. I don't know who would say he's not a liar. So whatever. And if you don't like what I'm saying and you don't want to, you don't have to listen. But you can't deny that the dude's a liar. And the dude, can you imagine a black man going running for the president with a bunch of indictments? I don't even want to hear it. Anyway, I meant having multiple good options in life, whether it be women, career, etc. But this is the steak sandwich. But it would be women, career, etc. But dealing with having issues, analysis, paralysis, or pain, opportunity cost. Sorry if it was unclear. Me having multiple good options. I guess. Look, if you're practicing and you're being truthful and credible, you're keeping your word, you're telling the truth, you're being empathetic to other people. All of this kind of works out. It all kind of falls into place. It can't not fall into place if you just have to go back to. If you listen to the one of the calls that I made, when I post this live, will be posted. I think a few hours after. If you go back to one of the calls where the guy is asking me, how do you stay motivated? And then what we do is we refer back to the same principles again. This authenticity, credibility, empathy. This RFF, reasonable, fair, and firm. There is never let emotion have a seat at the table. So if you're being emotional about something, if you're not being honest with yourself about what you see in front of your eyes, then you end up, you're emotional. You have an attachment to things instead of an attachment to, unless you have an attachment to the truth. You have to have an attachment to the truth. I want to just say real quick before I shut this down. Here's the thing. I was in Chicago. No, I was in Detroit doing comedy. And I came back. I was back at the LaGuardia airport. And my boy called me up and he says, man, he called me, just happened to call me as I was getting off the plane. When I got off the plane, he said, man, you should have told me. I would have came and picked you up. And I said, nah, I jumped in a cab and I went home. I didn't jump in a cab. I jumped in an Uber, right? It wasn't a cab, it was an Uber. And the idea was that the reality of it was that when I said I jumped in a cab, I knew that I had not jumped in a cab. It was clearly an Uber. So I called him back and I said to him, you remember when I said I jumped in a cab? He goes, yeah. I said it wasn't a cab, it was an Uber, right? And he says, yeah, okay. What's the difference? The point of it is that it was important to me. It was important for me to be honest, even something that other people would think is insignificant is an insignificant point. Cab, Uber, who cares? But the reality of it, right? The reality of it is that if he's a friend of mine, and I won't even lie about or even tell a white lie about whether or not I took an Uber or a cab, then I am a guy who he will trust for the rest of his life. Because if I can't lie about the small things, I can't. If you can't lie about the small things, you can't lie about the big things. And so I practice these principles on a level that you could not even believe. Even when sometimes it costs me, it costs me conflict and time and energy, because being as honest as that, and JL, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Even though we might have a difference of opinion, but I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate your perspective, whatever, and I appreciate you listening. So let me just say that. But if I won't lie about the difference between an Uber and a cab, guess what I won't lie about? Nothing else. I've got friends of mine that I said, if you got a body, call me, right? And y'all know what that means. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to get canceled on the internet. But I'm saying, if you got a body, I got a carpet. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep I go in it. And any of y'all that call me on consultations, any of y'all that are in the chat, anytime y'all call this line, or anytime y'all go live with me, understand something. I'm going to give you the honesty that you need, even if it's something that you don't like. Let me see real quick. The steak sandwich, thanks, Dante. That definitely makes a lot of sense. As long as I'm being on the level, I should feel good. things I should consider your principles remind me of my pops. I appreciate that. But here's the thing, what the steak sandwich, what he's talking about. Thanks, JL. Here's 10 toes down. Seth Cleofat said, here's the thing you got to understand. What we're trying to do is start a movement. I want to start a movement of people who tell the truth, who keep their word, who don't take no shit, who have empathy for others, that will help people when they're in need, because we don't have that. I think we've just removed from that. We've removed ourselves from humanity, and it's something it's killing the society. So what I'm saying is, y'all are part of this family. I mean, spread the word. Please spread the word. Tell somebody, because all this other crap that's going on, and people are lying, and they're grifting you and whatever, Doug. It's heartbreaking. But when I hear guys call me, and we had 3 guys on the show today that I actually did consultations. So let me really put that up. Let me put the banners up real quick. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Here's the one-on-one consultations is Go to DanteNero.com, click on consult. The Cash App is one more time. Want to support the show, Cash App is DanteNero.com, and the Patreon. I appreciate y'all, man. Yo, thanks for jumping in on this on the last minute. We had more numbers on this than we've had in a long time, and I hadn't even planned this. So y'all are dope. My fans is dope as hell. I don't care what nobody say, man. Y'all as dope as it can be, man. So let me shut this down. Thursday, look for me Thursday, y'all. Look for me Thursday. All right. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcasted. Yo, I love y'all, man. We are outie.